Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Blachah HaKodash. Double honors to my elder apostles, a great millstone, and peace and salutation to the hopeful members of the elect, the Bechor in the house of David, that's been preordained, predestined to be delivered in these last times and to be the ruling governing body, the nation Yesh Allah. A few topics I want to go into. And first one you see on the screen is Kamala Harris makes first public remarks since being endorsed by Biden. And what this is going to cause is the black woman to be even more proud, all right? The black woman, the Judite woman, all right? She's going to be even more proud, you see? Because you have Kamala Harris, which is a so-called black woman, all right? Now, I believe her lineage goes back to India on her father's side. They settled in Jamaica, and her father's side is from India, but she can still be a Jake, because she do got that Israelite or some type of flavor from what I noticed, But either way, the black woman's gonna be even more proud, man. Okay. So I'm gonna play this.
Been told he wants to try to get back tomorrow. And think about it in this way. The president has already announced his intentions. So part of what he would want with a speech is a chance to be in full voice. We know that according to his doctor's reports, he's been dealing with a cough, a hoarseness related to COVID. Many people can relate to that, wanting to feel his best. Also time to craft the speech and the stagecraft. Where do they want to set the speech? Will it be prime time? All of those elements that become very important because this will now be a speech very different than anything in his 50 years of public life, talking about the decision he's made to put country and party before his own political interests after telling us for weeks he was insistent he would stay in this race. I can also tell you from being on campus here today, Hallie, talking with a number of people who work for the administration, a sense of just how out of body this moment is for them. They work for the president. By extension, they were hoping he would have a second term, predictability in their lives as well. There is sadness. There is a sense of what's just happened. And then, of course, for the team around the vice president, there is a new urgency around everything she is doing. By its very nature, the vice president's team is much smaller than the president's team. Trying to work together to knit these teams together on the official side here at the White House, as well as at the campaign, will be part of what plays out now. They are certainly encouraged by the fact there has been so much support coming from the grassroots of the party, from elected Democrats toward Kamala Harris. At the same time, we know that there is an actual process involving the delegates of the party, lots of steps to go through to try to, with just about 100 days till the election, knit this together to have a new leader of the campaign, at least from the Biden-Harris side. Will there be anyone challenging her for that position? They've had to change the logo, they've had to change the list, and things are changing in increments, big and small, and certainly a lot of new pressure on the vice president, even to do something like this, which for politicians could be the kind of event they can do, sleepwalking, a happy event for celebrating athletes. That's something that they've all done in various levels of government. And now she's going to do that knowing that the eyes of the country and the world are watching her not as the sitting vice president, but as the emerging standard bearer of the party with the president's endorsement.
And it doesn't matter whether she gets in or Donald Trump gets in. America is through. It's at its end, okay? Now let me get some scriptures, all right? First one I'm going to get, because I'm seeing all these posts, all these black women, so-called, because, us Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, in case you didn't know, you are God's chosen people. We are the Hebrew Israelites, not black Hebrew Israelites, no, strictly Hebrew Israelites, which consists of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and we've been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So you might fall into a different category of nationality, but if your lineage goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you're an Israelite, all right? You're gonna have us in Russia and China and so on, okay? But hey, this is gonna make the black woman even more proud, all right? But either way, whoever gets in, America's still gonna fall economically. This is all part of the elite's plan, okay? And at the end, it's gonna be nuked, a nuclear fire, all right? So I'm gonna get this scripture in Isaiah, okay, 32, verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Right. These women are at ease. You know, they live in this comfortable society where everything is catered to them. All right. But now, since we're at the end, you have this large portion of men that are going their own way, MGTOW, that are calling out women on their BS, all women too, not just the black woman, but she's the head tribe, so they all are influenced by her, you know. But you have a lot of these platforms like Fresh and Fit and, you know, Saint the Sinner, all right, Kevin Samuels, calling out the black woman and all women on their BS, you know. You see? And all those goodies is about to run out real quick, okay? And these women are going to be in trouble. And for you few sisters that do listen, hey, you know, stay prayed up. If you don't have a man, pray for a man of the Lord, all right? If you do have a husband, you know what to do, all right? Treat him right, okay? Do everything you can, all right? You see? So I'm going to continue reading. It says, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. All right, I want to get that word vintage. Salaki, I'm on my computer, so bear with me for 1 second. I'm going that blue letter. All right, but as I'm getting, let me continue playing.
That she carry on. Hallie? Kelly O'Donnell there on the South Lawn of the White House. You are looking on the left side of your screen at that live look at the White House South Lawn, where we expect to see Vice President Kamala Harris any minute for those remarks, presumably briefly on President Biden before addressing the college athletes that have assembled there. Let me bring in Ryan Nobles on Capitol Hill. And Ryan, to the point that Kelly is making, some key questions for the party moving forward. First of all, would anybody seek to challenge Kamala Harris for the top of the Democratic ticket? And second, who might her running mate be? It seems as though the party has moved quickly around her to endorse her, although it is not a done deal yet, and we are still waiting to hear from, for example, top Senate Democrat Chuck Schumer, former Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi. On the running mate front, it's interesting because all the folks that have been speculated about on that short list, for the most part, have now come out and said they back Kamala Harris to take that nomination.
Yeah, also, former President Barack Obama has yet to weigh in as someone who's endorsing Kamala Harris as well. That's a name that's still out there. And I do think that Democrats are wrestling with this idea of unifying as quickly as possible while at the same time not making it appear as though this is a coronation for Kamala Harris. They would like to see a bit of an open competition, a democratic process, because this is so unique. This is such an unconventional situation that we find ourselves in. But it doesn't look like that may materialize. There just is not another person willing to raise their hand to take on Kamala Harris, especially because she appears to have really consolidated the support of the Democratic Party. It just seems...
Right, so here's the word vintage, right? An example, the grape crop clipped. I'm going to let the man say it in Hebrew.
Strong's H1210. Batsir.
Basir, all right? Basir, all right? It's really that most likely be Batsad, you know, Batsad in Hebrew, all right? I'm just going off my own guess, all right? I'm not really that knowledgeable in the Hebrew like that. I'm still learning, but that's the definition of the grape crop, all right? There's another definition on Google: the year or place in which wine, especially wine of high quality, was produced. So basically, in other words, you know, all these goodies, all right, that these women get is gonna go out. Okay, let me get the GNT actually version. All right, let me get the GNT. Okay, let me type that in. So I'm gonna continue playing while I get that.
Like every few minutes, we have to check our email and phones to find another member of the Democratic establishment that is endorsing her campaign. And so I think that will make it difficult for another candidate to emerge. We saw Joe Manchin of West Virginia very briefly flirt with the idea of challenging
The GNC never fails. I can see why bro is going to it a lot. GNT version of Isaiah 32 verse 9. It says, "You women who live an easy life, free from worries, listen to what I'm saying. You may be satisfied now, but this time next year, that vintage, you will be in despair because there will be no grapes for you to gather." Woo! I said, damn. But yeah, you women, hey, you're gonna be shit out. Look, excuse my French. You're gonna be through. A lot of these women are gonna be through, along with men too. Okay. And then another thing I wanted to get, all right, because you had the whole IT that was hacked. Okay. So I'm gonna get this. 77. Which again, brothers, subscribe to this channel. Go watch his lives. He always brings out good, news sources. All right, I always watch him. You see, he brings out good, news artifacts. So I'm gonna play this right here. An article, I say. That's an article. Good news article.
This is Dabu 7. It seems today we have a massive IT outage globally. This is affecting airlines that have grounded flights. This has affected hospitals in New York, California, and banks across the board. They also mentioned there's other disruptions, but don't name exactly what they are. It looks like this is all going back to this CrowdStrike outage, which is part of Microsoft. CrowdStrike is a security apparatus, an American cybersecurity technology firm that provides cloud workload protection and threat intelligence in real time for all these different places. They're saying that there's an issue with the software and that a fix has been deployed. But in the meantime, people are stuck. American Airlines, United, Delta, all asking the FAA for global ground stops on all flights. So all flights stop dead in their tracks as this is ongoing. At least 540 flights in the United States have been canceled. And we're just now starting to hear the grumblings of people complaining that their banks are not working. They can't get money out of the ATMs. Now, I've been warning you about this scenario for a long time. Who's going to get caught when this whole thing comes crashing down with their 401k not cashed out and all these other things that we've warned about? Well, this could be the last beta test warning that we get here large scale when you have something take down the IT sector across the board in all these different places. Well, it seems like a place that could be targeted again, or raise some eyebrows at least to what's going on here. Again, this global IT outage has been reported in many countries across the world. Germany, other places throughout Europe, and here in the United States. So I will update as I get more information. But please note, some hospitals around the country also affected by this as well. Follow me on X for breaking updates, and make sure to come back by and check my YouTube channel regularly for updates, because they're not going to send you.
Again, all right, just to reiterate, it begins massive IT outage, largest in history, shuts down hospitals, banks, and grounds planes. All right, he said what, 540? All right, an estimate of that. So this is just the beginning. These cyber attacks are getting bigger and bigger. The last one that got hacked was 15,000 auto dealer shops, all right, or dealerships that got hacked. So these cyber attacks are getting bigger and more serious. Okay, because if a whole hospital was hacked, could you imagine everything shut off, people on life support, you name it? That's gonna kill a lot of people, okay? So these cyber attacks are gonna get worse and worse, all right? You can leave that open, actually. Yeah, I'll close it, though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll close both of them. So this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 19. A man shall no pity upon his neighbor. Actually, verse 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Right. It starts getting crazy out here. Okay. No food, no electricity. You know, every man for himself. You see it in these shows and movies. All right. The Walking Dead. Some brothers have watched that series. You know what I'm talking about. Another good one that I like is what was it? Damn, Salaki. It was damn, it was based off a video game. The Last of Us. All right, watch that if you haven't. Okay, go on 123 numbers. 123 movies, I should say. All right, 123movies.com. You can watch free movies and shows. All right, you can watch it on there. You know, which I gotta finish the last season. But they show you in these shows how when it's a total collapse, all right? Total chaos and anarchy, you know? Okay? No food, no electricity, no water. All right? It's gonna be every man for himself. It's gonna be survival. But the Lord's gonna be with his men, the prophets. All right? The men of the Lord, the sincere believers, the elect. The Lord's gonna be with them. You know? He's gonna provide for them. Lead them, all right, clothe them, you know. It says, a man shall no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, food, and for a great tribulation. Right, it's going to be total chaos, you know. So, just want to make this quick lesson. All right, Lord willing was edifying. On to the next one. Shalom.